Yes. No, it doesn't make me feel good. No, I don't feel good. No. The man don't let me feel good.
25 plus 16.
Yes.
And the longest we ever tested.
Because, no, here's the problem.
I had done the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
I'm learning both sides. I have the one I know, and then I learn his way. And then I still have to go home and teach him his way. So I'm like, why we can't? So you know what I do? I teach him my way. And then I say, okay, now take your time and learn the way the class teach you, but at least you know how to check your answer. Because this is stupid.
But the thing is, when we were going to school, right, we have to do mental math and everything.
Yes.
And everything in the calculator. Like, even when you do it,
They're
like,
not thinking. They don't think.
Like
They don't think.
Like, so when that's algebra, no everything is in the calculator. So when that started, I remember when LJ started in third grade.
It takes too long to get there.
Wait, let me tell you their logic behind, because there's a whole
Julie
logic.
is saying it's not done because she only knows her way.
Exactly. She doesn't know
She only knows
her way.
her way.
I know your way because I have to teach your way.
They said it's for critical thinking, because when these kids start, American kids, start Jamaicans, when they started college, they didn't know how to adapt to the college curriculum. So they start from third grade to start developing their critical thinking.
Really?
But so this is how their critical thinking.
Let me tell you,
and how their writing skill, not only their math skill, but their writing skill.
You know how we can spit multiplications? You don't want to see them try to do their multiplication. It's crazy. I'm like, this is crazy.
No, they don't know the timetable. Like how we.
They don't know our timetables. How is critical thinking? I should be able to look at the map and I can tell you right off the bat. They go, wait, 60 and zeros and thousands and rounds ups and then down and then left. And I said, it's right there. It's right on the paper. How is that critical thinking?
That's what the school is saying.
You know the funniest thing?
I know, but I have to
Somebody come
teach
to
it.
cash, right?
I just think it's
Somebody
dumb.
come to cash, and you're like, oh, do you have 2 pennies? To
They
give
don't
them a
know
whole
why
number?
we got dollars.
Like they don't understand that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not telling you.
No,
Well, I'm not telling you. That's simple math. They don't know it.
No.
Don't know it.
Card?
They don't know it.
I barely have cash.
But you know what the problem is too? A lot of these students, I'm going to tell you what's going to be the issue. A lot of these students are going to learn all of this throughout high school. And then when they get to college, a lot of the colleges are not teaching it the way the high school is teaching it. And when they have the math in the book, right? Because even take medication, right? We have desire over half, and then we have dimensional analysis, right? Both ways you can get to calculate that comes the same way, but one is easier than the other. But it's not taking you around the journey. It's a whole point I'm saying.
Depends on what you go to college for.
No, I'm giving that as an example. That by the time they get to college,
Maybe share the college now for them people in the college when me in my office.
yeah, let's hope so.
Because
Some of these kids in college, I be like, I don't even know where
think
they're
about it. A lot of districts and a lot of schools, because they want the graduation rate high, they're going to push your kid through, your kid through, and they are not ready for
Yeah, they're not ready.
But
that is also another thing.
Colleges do it too. I was in college and I used to tutor. We say, oh, you get to that college. That's
And
what
because the high school pushes
Because they're
through.
test
you
takers.
have to get home.
They're test takers. They're test takers.
Me have people like come and say, oh, you manage survive. And especially the one them when they speak English properly. Me say, oh, you manage.
They're test takers. They know how to read.
You get into college.
You know what I'm saying? There are good test
They're good test
They're good
takers.
test takers, but they're not
They know.
knowledge.
They don't have the
No, but what
knowledge.
about the professors be like, okay, I would just pass everybody. Like, because it's a...
Because everybody's grading on curves. Everybody's grading on curves
Because
now.
if, you have a class that's not doing well, then it looks like, okay, it's a
It's a
teacher's
teacher's fault.
The teacher,
Yep.
that's the case.
Or private college versus public.
They're not going to college. They only need a phone.
It's true.
Influencer and they advertise
A lot of them them don't. The parents can opt the kids them now out of that state test.
Yeah.
So they don't really know. Yeah, you're passing. You're on honors. You're on high honors, or you're passing. But you can't pass a stupid state test, and you won't know because a lot of them don't let their students take it. Oh, it's too much. Oh, it's too much. And you put that test in front of them, and they can't pass it. Basic stuff.
Like with me for LJ, he's opt out of some of these state tests because he do the AP exam.
Yeah, that's different.
However, the standards are different. I realize with him, the AP students are treated completely different from the other set of students. Like the behavior, everything, what they require of them. It's like if the other kids them do whatever, they just allow them to be and do whatever. And it's the same teachers a lot of times. So I'm like, why is this allowed? I never understand a system. Jamaica was the same way too. Jamaica had bright classes. The
A1s, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
How your grade is. When you start out, you separate. So if you do well in your exam at the final, you go to the highest, the higher grades them going in this class, and then dumb down to this class where all the kids will do really bad. And with them, they just let them pass
It depends on the
along.
school that you go to. That wasn't in the school that I went to.
Well, most of the schools that I know,
Yeah, mine was.
that's how they did it. And I think it's so wrong. Because a lot of kids that they consider
But why
not
do
to
you
be
think it's
smart.
wrong though?
Yeah.
Because sometimes these kids have potential. And you start
Okay,
too
but-
early to
Yeah, but-
separate them into a group where you don't put effort into letting them learn.
Okay, but at the
Kids
same
develop
time, you know,
different.
as children, everybody learn different. So
Yeah.
if you are,
you're going
if
at
you are
fast
a child
pace.
that learns slower
Yeah.
and they work better with other kids that learn slower, then you can go at a pace for them versus having a child who like picks up on things. Because either way, you're making it hard for the child that learns quicker. I don't want to say brighter. They learn quicker than the other ones because I feel like every child can learn. It's just some learn
But
different.
what I'm saying, the
and
ones,
different pace.
the effort and what they put into the brighter,
Well,
what
that's
they
the
consider
teacher's
brighter
fault.
kids, is different from what they put into what they consider not so bright kids. And it's wrong. The resources should be the same across the board. That's why I think it's wrong.
I don't think it's the teacher's fault. I think it's the
Maybe it's just the way AP stuff is set
It's
up.
the money that is spent
Inside.
It's pushed in
Yeah.
the district because if the teachers don't have the resources, how are they
No,
going
but I'm
to?
talking
If
about
they don't have the resources to cover the whole.
same set of teachers then.
Yeah, it's the same teacher, so it should be the same
No,
across
I
the
mean
board.
they have different teachers for each class, but maybe because the teacher feel like okay, these kids are slower, they might not put enough effort into those kids,
There,
and that's the teacher's fault.
there is research that suggests if you plant the seed that this student is going to do well, you actually start to change your teaching style to favor
Yeah, so that's why I
those
think it's
people
a
and
And
then
they do
and
that.
then leave the other one then behind. So
Behind.
that is
And-
backed up by research, and that's what people are doing.
And it shows a lot.
But
I mean, if that's the case, you're not gonna want your kid that's advanced in a classroom with people.
No, I
or students
understand that,
are-
but I'm not saying to have them in the same classroom because it's going to be
She said, don't let the other
disruptive.
one and get what
But
we
I'm
murder.
saying, don't push the other ones aside and just push them along because I've known people who, not even from my high school, because I didn't even know what TI is, I work with other people where their school would pass them just to get rid of them out of school. You want them to do no work. No work!
No, left
no,
behind.
but you see the thing with that too, it's us parents because we know so we pick them and do no work and then
We're not push them.
Graduate.
You're right.
So us the parents are to be blamed.
It is. It's true. But listen, that no homework foolishness. Ask my kids. They come home. They still have homework. Your teacher don't give you the homework. I got homework for you.
Parents don't check their kids' work or nothing. Like, all you do to the whole school. Let me see your book and
No,
stuff
it's
here.
not just the
You have
teacher's
parents who
fault.
don't have teacher what to
But
do.
parents
They have parents who send
no time for that. They got a parent
True,
who
but-
work 3 jobs.
It's true, but
Yes, teacher.
Some of them are home and still don't even
I'm just saying.
listen, I don't care. I can do 5 jobs. I'm still catching you on your homework.
Now you need to make sure they're
I'm
on top
bored.
of their things and you need to see it too.
If I'm not home
And
and I
that's
see my
why-
fall asleep, early in the morning, come get up.
Yeah, you get up. They have to do
And you need
homework.
to check in with the teacher them
Yeah.
too. Yep.
That's what I'm saying. How do you think I had to figure out Jason math? How do you think interference is mad? In the morning, I'm like, what is this? I go over, he's sleeping, I'm going over it at nighttime when I get home. I see what he does wrong, what he does right with their type of map, right? And then I said, okay, now when he wakes up, in the morning, I gotta be like, okay, these are which one you got wrong. Sit down, let's figure it out. What was it that you went wrong? You have to go over it.
Did it read what it's supposed to read last night? No, mommy. Okay, get the laptop. Go read.
Because sometimes, they do their work on the bus. So that they're like, yeah, we did our homework already. So that you don't do. So all they do is play, right? But I'm telling you, all right, pull it out. Let me see it.
Yeah, but it's a lot of things. But us as parents or non-parents, parents to be, we have to just do our part. It's rough.
It's hard. There's no rules
This
to be.
society that we live in is completely different from what we grew up in. It's
Social media.
completely.
They make it very
and
hard.
it destroy them. It destroy our kids. It's so sad.
So who falls you think it is?
I would-
Parents.
Everybody.
I would advise the parents in the
Parents.
room to become familiar with every social media network that is out there.
Yeah.
Because if your child have the phone
And every slang.
all the slangs, all of those things.
Everything.
So
You're still
when
learning.
they're talking and when they're on their phones, you know what they're doing. You're not gonna
And
tell
then
them
it was
what
in here
you're
too.
doing.
He said, what are these what they like to whatever. And I'm like, what does that mean? Please tell me the words. We don't know what
They like what my mother says, as long as there's no crime
You gotta
to
ask them. Go find out for yourself because they can't tell you something when
Yeah, what
yes,
do you mean?
it's nothing. It's you
Yeah,
make
no,
it
but
small.
because I said,
But
let's
you
do that.
as parents and as
But I understand how a kid can have a phone and me can go in our phone.
I think it's easier. It's gonna be easier for if you have young people.
Yeah.
But once they reach a certain age, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah.
For-
And
And
if
they
you
know
have-
how to hide things, let me tell you.
And if you have a
They know how to
Android,
hide
okay,
things very well.
Google thinks that a 13-year-old is an adult. Do you know that?
No.
Okay.
So it's easy
But
when
that's
you have
not new.
young
In
kids.
Illinois, like people who are like 12 or 13.
No, that's
have-
New York.
No, what I'm saying, like people who are like 12 or 13 have rights to confidentiality in them therapy sessions. Whereas like
No, they have it here too.
Huh? No, it's like 16, 18. The age is higher.
It depends on what it is, though.
It is rough.
I
We have to just continue to
if
pray
you're
for these
17 or under the parents, you
young
can access
people.
them.
pray and snoop.
We have to
Learn how to
pray,
read.
yeah. Because if it's hide things well. They hide things. And they're smart on what they want to be smart on, let me tell you. So the kids when the things say, not so smart, you check it out, they're smart. With what they want to
My
be
child have a
smart
friend
with.
try to be friend with the parents.
So, I know their friends too. Because they know a child with who they hang out with. And if you think that friend act up the certain way, you think your child not act up the way they because then they're around you, you watch it. The friend act that way and that's who they hang out with. Let's believe when you're not around you, that's the way they
Sometimes when I
act.
see the kid come tell you some things, and my friend, and yeah, you listen good, and then I say, okay, and then what you do?
We just have to pray for them. But guys,
Just one more thing, Sister Keisha, when you were answering the question about when Sister Auntie Lamoy said, what does it mean for the young people when you say know God for yourself? I can only talk from when I was younger, right? The experiences or the struggles that we might have experienced is different from what you guys are experiencing now while you're in school. However, it's the same devil, it's the same peer pressure, it's the same problems. I would advise you on a personal note, find scriptures in the Word of God that you can use to help build yourself, to get to know yourself. If somebody is in your surrounding and they're saying, oh, if you're ugly, you're not beautiful, find a scripture that tells you, this is what God says I am. This is what God says I look like. You are beautiful, you're wonderfully made. Find scriptures that's going to build you up, that's going to encourage you. That when you hear negative things come from the peer pressures around you, you know what you believe in. Get to know yourself, who you are and what you stand for. So that when the pressures come from outside, nobody can pressure you to smoke. Nobody can pressure you to drink. Okay? I am 34 years old and I have never smoked anything my entire life. Have I been around people that smoke? Yes. Have I been around people that pressure me to smoke? Yes. However, I knew that in myself, that's not something that I wanted to do. And that's not something that I believe in. But that's my personal story. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No more, why you clapping?
But so you have to know yourself. Okay? You have to know yourself and know what you stand for. Everybody in here stands for something. Okay? What you stand for is different from me. But you got to know who you are and who you are in God. Okay? And that's what's going to keep you. Read Proverbs. Learn the scriptures. It will guide you. I'm telling you. That's what I lived on. Okay? Was I perfect? No. But I knew who I was. And I knew what I stand for. So how you know how to get to know God for yourself? Read Proverbs. Learn His words. Apply it to your life. And try to be the best person that you can.
Amen.
And fight peer pressure every day because we all went through it. That's here as an
We
adult.
still
We still go through it,
No,
okay?
don't
It's
you
nothing new.
Don't you think our time was different though?
It was. We didn't have. I didn't have phones and social media like you guys do.
The only difference is that more people know everything as opposed
You
to
see more.
The information is spread faster.
Yeah.
As opposed to like a slower time.
Yeah.
Everybody used to tease your school until they say
Yeah, but the peer pressure that you face is
You know,
not.
everybody taking the picture and posting it on
Yeah.
Get
My-
my job first. So they tell you that it's like, come on, something.
The peer pressure in school is the same. It's the social media that's faster.
They don't have
They
They don't have their skin.
But a lot of people talking about what
Yeah.
I think it's the accessibility.
No, I think that is
the problem.
I don't know.
Everybody's sensitive.
Everybody's too sensitive.
Very
Every kid.
And walk with them feet on the outside.
That's why only them at the house, so when they go out and people move, it's nothing.